binding attachment. The binding attachments clip on quite easily, like this, in and lock down. Standard binding 7/8 inch poly, which I'm putting on now. And there is our 7/8 inch binding. Many people opt to go to the wider binding, the 1¼ inch, because it covers the edge of the binding better, richer look, and it also saves you from a lot of beveling, because if you have an exceptionally heavy carpet and you want to use the standard 7/8 inch tape, it doesn't make it all the way around the carpet. So if you decide to go for the optional 1¼ inch folder, just as simple. And the 1¼ inch folder is right in front of me. Clip on, lock it down, remove the 7/8 inch tape. Most people use poly. The unit works with both. Here's the 1¼ inch polyester binding. And here we go. And you can see how it covers better, a little bit wider. Matter of fact, I can take it and sit right over 7/8 that we just did. Okay. Now, let's say we want to do 3 inch wide binding. No problem. Remove this. We take our 3 inch binding, whether cotton or polyester. It works well with either one. And I also forgot to mention the 1¼ inch folder works well with either poly or cotton. Works as good with one or the other on the same folder. 3 inch. Put it up on our tray. We clip the folder on just like we did with the standard 7/8 or 1¼ inch. We lock it down. Bring the needle up. Just under here. Get this to the back corner, and we're all set. Then we take a piece of carpet and here we go. Of course, all NC folders are adjustable with 2 screws that hold them on. Move it from right to left to determine where you want your stitch to lay on the binding. There's your 3 inch. Okay, let's say we want to go to 5 inch binding, and it works with cotton or poly, regardless. Okay, we remove our 3 inch tape, and we take our 5 inch folder. 5 inch tape up there. You see I have to have this clip in. And then we lock it down. Okay. Lock down. Can't get my hand there because of the size of the folder, so that's why you have to use a screwdriver. Lift this up. And now we're ready to sew 5" on. Now here's a case where I would probably opt to move the folder slightly to my right because I think it's in a little too deep. Wait a minute. Sorry, that's me. And it isn't too deep. I would loosen these 2 screws, move the folder further over to the right so I can get my stitch even closer to the edge. Okay. What else can the TPB do? It can sew on serging tape. For those of you who don't have a serging machine, don't have enough call for it, or don't want to invest in it, there's a product called serging tape that we've introduced in an 1¼ diameter. We have over 100 colors to select from. Naturally, our charts are available for all of these products. You see 5", 3" cotton, polyester, 1¼ cotton, 3/4 cotton, 1¼ poly, 7/8" poly, so forth and so on. Okay, so let's do serging tape. We merely put our serging tape folder on, which is fold. Here it is. Clip it on like we do all the other folders. Back. Lock her down. Take our serging tape, whatever color you decide on. I can run the serging tape back here, or I can run it through the folder. And I like to go through there. I don't use this here. Some people like to use it. I don't. It's a matter of opinion. What I'm looking at right now is more or less where my stitch is. And I like to put a little pressure on it and guide it up or down accordingly. Okay, so let's take a carpet here. Here's a carpet that was already done with the serging tape. We'll apply it on the other side. Now, while I'm working this on the TPB, if I'd like to get my stitch a little closer to the edge, I can fold the tape down a little. If I want to get it, if I'm too far to the left and missing the bottom, let's see if we're missing the bottom. I got it. We're close to the bottom. I can hold this down a little bit, this tape, guide it down as I go. And then you've got your serging tape wrapped all the way around, and it's a pretty nice look. The serging tape is 100% cotton, and it's available in over 100 colors. All NC orders are shipped the same day, with rare exception. And of course, TPBs are also capable of sewing on Fringe adapter. Merely remove your serging tape folder, slip on your Fringe attachment, And before you sew on your fringe, what you do is you must bind the edge of the carpet. Whether you use 1¼ or 7/8, it's not important. The border of the carpet has to be bound. You put the carpet right here. Use this here. Give me an example. Let's just cut off a piece. Our PC2 cutter. NC's got a full line of portable cutters, pneumatic, battery operated, regular electric. You can see them on our website. And you would bind this, and once it's bound, you would put it under here. What you would do is you really should start the fringe first. You would take your fringe, you'd start sewing the flat edge. Once it's underneath the feed wheel, then you put your carpet here, and then you would sew on the fringe. The fringe would come under here, and of course a needle would sew on the top of it. I don't happen to have any fringe with me, but it's quite easy. And these fringe attachments are readily available. And I hope this has opened your eyes to the many things that a TPB binder by NC is capable of doing. The machine is designed and manufactured in the United States. And hope you enjoyed. This is a short video on how to mount and use the wide border tapestry attachment on the NC TPB. First thing you do is you remove your attachment, your quick change attachment, your standard attachment, and if you look at the bottom of the standard attachment, it's got the clip. Same thing with the tapestry attachment. It's got the clip that clips right onto that steel plate. So it's a quick mount and a quick dismount. So when you go to mount it, you must swing this here to the back of the machine so that it can fit in here. Now we're ready to mount the attachment. At the clip, push in like I just did. Oops, I didn't clip it. Let me get it clipped right. Okay, she's clipped on. Now what's going to hold it in place is the screw that we send you with the attachment. And that goes right in the hole that's already threaded and tapped on every TPB that we manufacture. You put that there, and we get a screwdriver, which I forgot to get with me. Oh yeah, here's one right here. Whoop. Okay, we're in, ready to rock and roll. First thing you do when you go to utilize a tapestry attachment is you start the tape. A wide border. I have some 5-inch cotton binding here, and we have a full line of 5-inch as well as 3-inch. And you start the tape and you sew it till it gets to the back puller. And then we will start the carpet. Now, if you noticed, the guide here leads right to the needle, and I have my stitch approximately 1/8 of an inch in from the edge. Now, if I needed to go in a little deeper, it's adjustable. I would merely loosen these 2 screws here and move my guide to bring it in where the needle catches the edge of the tape. Now, this bottom guide is for the carpet that we're going to sew the tapestry or wide border onto. And you must keep that guide butted, or the carpet butted right up against the guide. The question you have to ask yourself is, how far from the edge of the carpet do you wish to go in with the tape? How much tape do you want to show? Well, if you want to show 1.5 inches, this is about it. From here to here is 1.5 inches. If you wish to show more, then you would merely loosen these 2 screws, which is the guide for your carpet, and move it further to the right. Now, here you've got at least 2 inches showing. You want to go further, you can go up to 3. The machine actually goes up to about 4 inches. Now it stops here, but you would take these 2 screws out, they're extra holes, and move it. It'll go all the way up to the pin here. So I'm going to show approximately 3+ inches. I'll lock these 2 screws down, which hold the adjustable guide for the carpet depth. And then we will slowly sew tapestry or wide border tape to the top of the carpet. I must keep my carpet against the guide, and you can see what I'm doing by the tape coming up from the floor. Once I'm done, we'll merely flip the tape over the top of the carpet tapestry and glue what's left on the underside. Of course, you can miter your corners if you wish. You can hand miter them or just sew over. Okay. I'll cut this off the back. Then this gets flipped over and glued on the underside, and there you have your wide border tapestry application.
Blind stitched.
Blind stitch. They call it blind stitch. It's not. It's just that once you fold the tape over, you're actually hiding the stitch. Just that simple.